Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about the scale back your time method, and we're going to list out what you'll be learning in this 8-week program. We're leaving no stone unturned, so that way you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, how you can scale back your time and create a profitable online business, one that you don't hate, one that you actually love, and one that gives you fulfillment, right? And at its core, we're going to talk about how you build authority to close high-ticket sales from clients who stay on longer than 3 months without sales calls. And I'm specifically talking to burnt-out agency owners. So if you're one of those, you came to the right place. So before we start, who am I? My name is Jordan Loriaga. I'm founder and CEO of Scale Back Your Time and Aesthetic Bosses, which is a seven-figure medical aesthetic consulting company, and built a seven-figure agency in less than 3 years. Got that acquired by an Inc. 5000 marketing agency. The marketing agency that acquired my first company appointed me CMO, and I was able to increase their sales to $450K a month. Scaled now, I should say, 5 seven-figure clinics. With one, the most recent is took a clinic from 0 to almost $200K a month through my consulting. Scaled 40 plus 6-figure businesses. Coached 100 plus agency owners and served 100 plus agency clients. I was that guy. I was that guy who thrived on getting testimonials, ones that thrived on just posting their Stripe account. I'm sure you guys can relate to anyone who has invested into a high ticket program. I was that guy, right? That was my thrill, and that's what I live for, was just to get the testimonials so I can show other agency owners that I was that guy. And yeah, I mean, like, you can see here, like, I just wanted to prove to myself and prove to people that I've never met before in these agency groups that I was legit. On paper, it looked great, you know what I mean, for a time. But here's what my life actually looked like. I was a workaholic. I was working from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. most days, and my phone was literally the last thing that I saw before I went to bed, and the first thing that I looked at when I got up, because I was had high anxiety on getting client results, mainly because one, they were leaving, but I was a workaholic. I didn't even take off time when my son was born. I actually took like 2 days off, and on paper, that's nuts. You know what I mean? As a parent, you don't get that time back. You know what I mean? And when your kids are born, like, that's like a special bonding time for both parents. But I literally took like 2 days off, which, looking back, is not the best decision that I've made as a parent, And my firstborn, this is an actual text from my wife. My daughter normalized me working. So if you look at here, I'm gonna be the workest girl. I'm gonna work like daddy does. After that, like literally after this text, I decided enough was enough, right? My life was not as ideal as I thought it was, right? And really, I was measuring success based on the testimonials that I was getting, and the praise that I was getting from, random people. And I don't say random, but community members in these paid groups that would, fill me with a rush of dopamine when I posted a Stripe account that I'm like, hey, I did, 30K today and stuff like that. Again, on paper, sounds great, and it is, you know what I mean? As online business owners, we're blessed with being insanely profitable, some of us, right, if we're doing it correctly, and that's what I was thriving on. But I pursued entrepreneurship to have more time, not less. And it's funny that even as we're chained to our agencies and chained to our businesses, we have this false sense of belief that we are free. It's not the case, you know? It's not. And we essentially left our 9 to 5 jobs to have more time, not less. Another way of looking at it is we left our 9 to 5s to get away from that boss that we hate, right? And for us to be our own bosses, when really the truth is we no longer have one boss. We have 30 plus at one time, all demanding for results. And because we didn't do things the right way and attracted the wrong type of clientele, the ones that are paying like $1,500 to $2,000 a month, which is not enough, right? In my opinion, not enough for someone to demand these things, to demand our time in order for us to help them grow their businesses. They're not paying us enough for the stresses they give us, right? So this is what this program is about, is scaling back your time by getting whale clients, but more into that, right? Back to this presentation. I was on a rant, but hopefully you guys can relate. So my life, right? Worked 18-hour days because I was chained to my business, neglecting my friends and family because I had no time. I'm sure you guys can relate. I was like, at one point I was on back-to-back calls and I had no time, quote unquote, to even eat lunch. So I ate lunch at my desk. At one point I was like 30 pounds heavier, but I was an agency owner, you know what I mean? Stress levels were high because I was doing everything. I was constantly worrying about clients' ads. I'm sure you guys can relate. Clients were contacting me 24/7, causing havoc on my personal life. Like literally, we use Slack. A lot of agency owners do with their clients. They would be messaging me at all times, even when I was with my family. And that was hard, right? Because if you're like with your, I have 2 kids, right? And, my wife, if I'm with them and something triggers me and I get a Slack message from a client, I'm literally thinking about that the entire time that I'm with my family. Whereas that's supposed to be time with them, and I'm supposed to be checking out, right? But I wasn't. Fixing tech issues because I was the one who set up their CRMs. Again, agency owners they wear multiple hats, right? Your IT, your client management, your account management, your facilitating reporting, and even if you hire somebody, right? At least with me, I felt like I had no time to train them, so I would just do the work, and I'm still paying them, right? Again, makes no sense. Clients were leaving because they were getting garbage leads. Clients were leaving because no-shows were through the roof. I was constantly thinking about sales each month because as a typical lead gen marketing agency owner, we're sold the dream of like, hey, we only need X amount of clients to reach $100K a month, right? It makes it a lot harder if the clients that you're selling are leaving like 1 to 3 months in, right? So we have to focus our efforts on retention, which takes away from sales, right? Which contributes to the stress. You guys know the drill. Chargebacks were a regular part of business, and profit margins were not as ideal. They were not as ideal as I wanted them to be, mainly because because of fulfillment, and my fulfillment required a large team at the time. I remember at one point, to stay competitive, I built a call center. Built it out on GHL, hired 2 call center reps, managing them, right? It was a nightmare. Let's be honest, the old way does not work. You guys know it. I know it. It's time to change. If everyone's promoting the same offer with the same style of ads, and I say this to my clients, my agency clients now, who do you think Meta or any other advertising platform will favor showing their ads to, like in terms of reach and impressions and all that stuff? I'll give you the answer. It's the person with the biggest budget. You know what I mean? Gary Vee says that. And Again, my consulting firm deals with medical aesthetics. Just to show you kind of what the lay of the land is, and I share this with my clients now. You can do this. You can do this exercise yourself. Go into the Meta ad library, type in whatever service that you guys are promoting. I'm willing to bet it all looks the same, right? In this example, this is cryoscanned and body contouring and stuff like that. But literally, there's like 3 pages here of ads from the ad library, all running the same thing. They all look the same. You know what I mean? And no wonder why clients are leaving, because one, and saying paid ads don't work is because one, it's harder to get results if everything from the consumer standpoint, right? If they're seeing similar ads, the only way that you can compete is offering crazy discounts, which is a race to the bottom anyway, right? And who wants to do that? Makes you less profitable. So when I started my agency, my service offering looked like this, right? Client acquisition, ad strategy, branding, marketing strategy, content strategy. I was an all-in-one, a one-stop shop. Had to worry about disabled ad accounts and regulations, A2P 10DLC verifications, which sucks anyway for people that are doing text-based marketing. Client approvals were taking forever. I was making excuses that it takes time to get results when I knew that it would never. They're never going to get results that they wanted anyway. If I was just promoting ads that worked in 2020, it's not how it is today, right? Back in the day, you can get away with a stock image overlay text, discounted offer to booking page, call it good, built a few, 7-figure businesses that way. It's just not how it works now, right? Clients blame me for not getting results, especially if you're positioning yourself as a one-stop shop. So my recommendation to you, if you're doing that, is to stop immediately. I decided enough was enough, so I focused on one thing, right? And my hypothesis was this, and for lead gen, I'm not here to try to toot my own horn, but I had this hypothesis that in order to attract affluent clients with discretionary income, especially for me and my niche, which was medical aesthetics, every doctor has ever told me, right, once I get them into the clinic, I could sell them, right? And okay, maybe it's because they don't know the values you bring, right? Your years of expertise, your years of med school, or whatever, right? And my hypothesis when I started this was, all right, let's create strategic types of content, one that communicates that value, so we can transition that one-to-one sale, which you've communicated to me, like literally that's your bread and butter. So you're the bottleneck. So let's transition that essentially sales initiative from one-to-one to one-to-many through content, right? So I decided to focus on personal branding, brand activation, creating your niche of one. And when I say niche of one, it's what are your core values, right? So for me, and why I believe I have no competition is I help individuals build profitable online businesses, especially with the Scale Back Your Time program. But I do it while building a business that you love. But I do it while enabling you to leverage your business to get back your time. That's what I mean by a niche of one. But what I found out when I just focused on one thing, that would dictate the marketing strategy, that would dictate the content strategy, that would dictate the ad strategy, and so on and so forth. Enter in the Scale Back Your Time method. And again, this was born because I was fed up. I was fed up as an agency owner. I was fed up telling clients that, hey, it just takes time, and hey, you got to sell, and yada, yada, yada. I was fed up working crazy hours, working with clients that suck, let's be honest. And I wanted to focus on getting back my time by closing whale clients. And when I say a whale client, it's someone who's paying minimum $4K a month to $8 to $10K a month, paying for your knowledge, your creativity, your way of thinking in order to help them scale. and grow, right? So it's designed specifically for burnt out agency owners looking to transition to a consulting model to become more profitable and work less. And today I'm going to walk you through what you can expect from the entire 8-week program and what you'll learn each week. So one, you're prepared, you know what you're getting into, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's an 8-week comprehensive program. Each week will focus on a specific aspect of transitioning to the consulting model. And by the end of the program, you'll have the tools, the mindset, the strategies to build a successful consulting business that actually gives you back your time while also building a profitable business that you can leverage to get back your time. In week 1, we focus on the foundation and mindset. When I say that is how the foundations that we defined is how you'll create your niche of one and how we swim in a blue ocean environment where you have no competition. And when I say mindset, it's when you transition to the consulting model, at least with me, it was hard, right? It was hard because I came from direct response. There were times where I wanted to go back to like those insane, crazy offers to get booked appointments and sales, right? Easy, like the 60 booked appointments in 60 days or triple your investment or your money back. But I was, again, reverting back to closing those cheap clients, ones that I didn't even want to work with. So I'm telling you, it's not worth it, right? So this is why we focus on the foundation and mindset in week 1. We lay down your foundation for your success. You'll learn how to define the mindset of actual profitable consultant, create your offer, define your core values and your unique mechanism where there is no competition, and we'll optimize your social channels so you can start to close in the DMs, which is also an exciting thing, right? We'll map out your authority funnel and building your SKOOL community. More into that when you're actually into the program. Some of the topics here you can see. Define your mindset as a consultant, creating your offer. So you can see here, like, even in week 1, you're getting all of these things. Like, literally, in week 1, you're getting, you're defining your offer, you're defining what makes you unique and different. We're going to optimize your social channels. You're going to map out your own authority funnel. You'll know what that is and how to use it to scale. And you'll start to generate people into your free community. We use SKOOL. And how we use that to get high-ticket consulting clients, right? All in week 1. So that's for people that are in the program. Like, this is my favorite week because you're getting everything. Well, when I say everything, like most things in order to transition you to a consultant, which I designed it to for you guys to get these assets as soon as possible, right? Week 2, we focus on client acquisition and sales. We focus on acquiring clients. You'll learn how to identify your ideal client, your dream client, one might say, people that you actually want to work with, people that give you energy, and people that, if they are like-minded and if they are sold using your content, and if we've done our jobs by attracting like-minded individuals, you'll know, you'll start to notice that you'll make more one-call closes or closes in the DMs using this method, right? We'll create a magnetic personal brand, develop your effective sales process, and we'll cover consultative selling, leveraging testimonials, handling objections, so on and so forth. And you can see here some of the topics that we cover in week 2. Week 3, we're going to focus on delivering value and retaining clients. Again, our whole goal is to land whale clients, right, for your consulting model. Minimum 4K, upwards of 8 to 10K a month. And I know it's a little intimidating to even fathom, right? But I'm here to tell you, if someone's paying you 8 to 10K a month, especially those who have already ran an agency, those who have invested, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in paid coaching programs like I have, you have the skill set already. I'm here to tell you, you have the skill set already to charge what you're worth through a consulting model. And this week, we'll show you how to do it, how to design a client onboarding. That's for consulting, building strong relationships, how to communicate effectively, how to measure success. And we'll also go over how to handle difficult clients, because even though they're whale clients, some of them may be still be difficult, but that's just the nature of the beast, how we go upon traversing that, how to upsell, setting boundaries, and creating a client retention strategy. Because if the whole goal, again, is to land whale clients, minimum 4K, up to 8 to 10K a month that stay for 6 to 12 months. And if you're doing that, you could take on less clients, and that's how we get back your time, right? Some of the topics that we covered in week 3. Week 4, we focus on content creation and marketing, and here's how we'll develop your content strategy in order to attract affluent clients with discretionary income who are already sold on your services because they've been indoctrinated through your authority funnel content, right? So what we'll cover is creating that engaging content, top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel, short form and long form. We'll cover email marketing, lead magnets, content distribution, and measuring performance, and some of the topics that we cover in week 4. Week 5, we focus on scaling your consulting business. You'll learn how to build a team, right? And it doesn't have to be a typical agency team, right? Again, at one point I had like 5 people on my team. It was like 2 call center reps, 1 account manager, 1 paid individual, actually 2 paid individuals, right? And myself, and we were, profitability was not as great because I was paying a lot for human capital. In a consulting business, it could be yourself, a CSM, right, a client success manager, maybe a paid specialist, but it's a 2 to 3 man operation or person operation, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy because, one, you're mainly selling your expertise, your knowledge, right? You can think about yourself as a fractional CMO. You know what I mean? Does a CMO of a business do the work? No, but you'll learn how to build a team, outsource tasks, implement systems and processes and technology to scale, right? And I promise you it's not anything crazy as a traditional agency model. I'm not asking to do any AI stuff. It's, when I say systems, it's, here's the system for talking to people on Instagram, right? It's just a DM. So here are the topics that we cover in week 5. Week 6, advanced marketing and sales techniques. In week 6, we explore advanced marketing and sales techniques. We'll talk about SEO strategies, and that's getting clients without paid ads, which is sweet, running advertising campaigns using VSLs, building strategic partnerships, and we'll also cover retargeting strategies and advanced analytics for your authority funnel. And again, we'll touch up on what an authority funnel is and how we utilize that to get high-ticket clients in the program. But some of the topics that we cover in week 6. Week 7, client management and retention. You'll learn how to onboard clients, deliver exceptional value, build long-term relationships, handle complaints. We'll discuss creating maintenance packages, referral programs, conducting client reviews, managing expectations so we can get our clients' results, right? So we go over how we do that using and building authority funnels for our own clients, our consulting clients, and how we set them up for success. So they also close high ticket sales. They also get monthly recurring revenue, if applicable, and all that stuff. So week 7, here are some of the topics that we cover. And last, week 8, the final week, we'll focus on personal brand development and lifestyle design. So you'll learn strategies for balancing work and life, right? Building your personal brand, managing stress, and continuous learning. We'll cover health and wellness, setting personal goals, reflecting on your journey, I want to say that I was the type of person that skipped the foo-foo stuff back in the day, but this whole journey of transitioning from stressed out, burnt out agency owner to profitable consultant, you almost have to unlock unlock those doors and really define who you want to be, and that's the only way that'll work, right? If you don't, you're going to continue to revert back to what you know. And what you know is to be a burnt out agency owner. And that just continues the cycle of stress. And you don't want that, right? So this is the type of things that we cover in week 8. So program benefits. So in this Scale Back Your Time program, you'll gain the skills and mindset needed to transition to a profitable consulting model. You'll learn how to attract and retain high-ticket clients, deliver exceptional value, and scale your business effectively. But most importantly, you'll get your time back, right? And create a business that supports your desired lifestyle. And that's the main key component here, is to create a business around your life, not the other way around. That's how it should be. As an online business owner, we should leverage an online business, one that we are proud of, one that we actually love, to get back our time, right? How to get the most out of this program is actively engaging with the content and participating in the community, right? Apply what you learn each week to your business and seek feedback from peers and mentors, myself, anyone on the team, as well as the community. We're all here to guide you and support you on this transition to profitable consultant. Stay committed to the process and trust that your efforts will pay off. Now, your next step is to start the next module. We'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, today we're going to go over the mindset of a consultant and the mindset that you need to not take on shitty clients who don't even pay you enough. So the mindset that you need to transform into a consultant so you can work with whale clients who pay you minimum $4,000 to $8,000 to $10,000 a month for your expertise, your creativity, your strategy, and not necessarily just doing the work, right? So we're going to dive into this topic, and this session is crucial because the right mindset sets the foundation for your success as a consultant. And we'll cover key mindset shifts, common challenges, practical tips to help you transition from agency owner to consultant. And from someone who has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into coaching programs, oftentimes, at least for me, I'll skip through the mindset stuff, right? The foo-foo stuff, as I like to call it. But this is essential. Do not skip this. If anything, this is one of the most important modules in order for you to almost guarantee your success when you transition to being a consultant, so you can create a profitable online business that doesn't trade your time for money. So why this matters? We're going to start by understanding why mindset matters. And as a consultant, your mindset influences how you approach clients, how you solve problems, and how you ultimately grow your business. And unlike an agency owner who often focuses on execution, so doing the work, a consultant emphasizes strategy, insight, and guidance. Think fractional CMO, or just CMO in general, Chief Marketing Officer. Do you think they do the work, right, at a Fortune 500 company? No. They are implementing strategy and executing that in terms of getting their team to do it, or in this instance, our clients to do it, right, in order to scale. And this shift requires a different way of thinking and operating. And to succeed as a consultant, you need to embrace several key mindset shifts. From moving from doer to thinker, right? Your value lies in your expertise, strategic thinking, not just doing tasks. The second, shift from volume to value. So we'll focus on delivering high impact results rather than handling numerous clients, right? So this goes back to, do you really want 30 to 40 plus clients all at one time paying you $1,500 a month, all shitty clients who demand the world, fires everywhere? Or do we want, a couple of clients paying $8,000 to $10,000 a month who essentially we don't have to do all the work. They are paying us high ticket for our strategy and our expertise, right? Do we want that? Or do we want the shitty version, right? We want not the shitty version. And third, prioritize relationships over transactions, building long-term relationships based on trust and mutual respect. So that way we retain our whale clients, as I put it, from 6 months to 12 months and beyond, which is kind of unheard of with traditional local lead gen clients. So, I've had clients stay for many years, but especially if you're doing like the churn and burn model of double your revenue in 60 days or your money back or triple your investment, right? We typically get the not ideal clients that leave after 1 to 3 months, right? So let's explore from doer to thinker. So let's explore the first mindset shift in detail from doer to thinker. As a consultant, your primary role is to provide insights, strategies, and solutions. Your clients are paying for your expertise and advice, not just your ability to do tasks. This means you must focus deeply on understanding their problems and providing tailored results. So we're moving away from, hey, we're an all-in-one solution, or we're an all-in-one one-stop shop agency, right? We'll build out everything, yada, yada, yada. There are some times where as a consultant, especially if you're running a pure consulting model where it's done with you, not just done for you, right? There are sometimes that you have to build some marketing assets out, but it's not as extensive as the older agency model, right? So from doer to thinker, and really the most high paid individuals in business can solve problems, right? They come up with solutions to solve problems. They may not be the one necessarily doing the work, but they came up with a solution. That's where we want to live, right? The second shift is from volume to value. In the agency model, success often means handling many clients and many projects all at once, right? So you're a glorified employee, and you're wearing many hats, from IT professional to account manager to ops, right? You're wearing multiple hats and you're handling many clients all at once. As a consultant, success means delivering significant value to a smaller number of high-ticket clients. Again, this is how we scale back your time, right? Is to move away from the volume model to value. And if they know your value, if I know one thing about affluent clients with discretionary income, people pay high ticket for value. You know what I mean? Think of it like this. If you were to go for plastic surgery, maybe you're getting a rhinoplasty. I say this because my consulting model is mainly geared towards medical aesthetics. You pay higher ticket for someone who has done like thousands of surgeries. You feel me? As opposed to someone just starting out. You know what I mean? So that's value. And this allows you to focus on quality and impact, leading to higher satisfaction and better client results. And then the third mindset shift is relationships over transactions. We want to build strong long-term relationships with clients, and that's crucial for sustained success. So when we move to the consulting model, right, especially if we're charging like $8,000 a month or $10,000 a month, we want to build strong long-term relationships so they stay on longer. The whole point of transitioning your done-for-you agency or the old agency model to the consulting model is to get back your time, one, and be more profitable. Oh, how do we do that? One, we have to close a whale client, but we develop these long-term relationships so they stay for years to come, right? So that's how we scale, right? And when I say scale, you can scale this as big as you want or not, right? Some people choose to this is not revenue to the business, but their take home. Some people just want to make $20,000 a month in take home income, which is definitely possible here with a consulting model. And that's it, which is fine. And if you're taking home 20 to 30K a month in take home income, you're way better than most people, right? You don't have to have a business. And when I say, you don't have to grow a large agency. You still have a business, a consulting business, but you don't have to grow a large agency to essentially get to your revenue goals so you can leverage that to get back your time. You don't have to do all that, right? It's about creating a partnership rather than just completing a project. So this is where you get your ideal clients, is if they view this as a partnership. So the easiest way I can describe this is think about a fractional CMO, right? You're partnering with executives. Maybe it's the CEO. You're not the consultant, or you're not the contractor, right? You're the consultant, and you're a part of the executive team. That's essentially what you want your clients to think, right? You are part of their team. And the next is overcoming common challenges. Transitioning to a consultant mindset comes with challenges. The common challenges include letting go of control, managing fewer but higher stake projects, and maintaining confidence in your value. I can tell you one thing, when I transitioned to the consulting model, it was hard mentally. And I say that because, again, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in coaching programs, specifically with gurus that teach the old agency model. I call it the churn and burn model, where you have to have a crazy guarantee. You have to get people in by volume. You have to get an insane number of booked appointments, right? And when I transitioned to this consulting model, it's not as quick, right? Or it's not as fast as the old way, because one, we're not essentially offering a crazy guarantee in the beginning. We're communicating, what makes us different, right? What makes us an influencer in this space? And anytime you incorporate forms of education, just elongate the sales cycle, right? So when I first transitioned to this model, I was super impatient, where I was like, hey, is this even working? Or I'm not getting booked appointments like I was before in the past, so let me just revert back, right? And when I did revert back, I would close the cheap clients that ended up causing me more stress and costing me more of my time. But the second that I kind of stuck it out and just acknowledged that part of the authority funnel model, right, the consulting model, especially to get clients, is to build authority and educate your prospects on why your way is better than anybody else out there. Again, that's education. And anytime that you incorporate education into the sales process, you're just elongating the sales cycle, right? It's not a bad thing. It's just not as quick as direct response, crazy offers, and guarantees. You don't want to live there. You already know that. That life sucks, right? So my challenge for you is, when you're moving forward in terms of this transition to the consulting model, you will feel like that, like I did. Just know that if you revert back, it's just going to be more of the same shitty results. So don't do that. Letting go of control, right? Kind of like what I just described, where one, at least for me, I reverted back to doing those crazy guarantees because I had control, right? Got to let go of that, especially if you're used to handling every aspect of your business. Trust in the process, trust that to attract affluent clients with discretionary income who are already sold on your services before you even say the price, we have to build your authority through educational content, more of a consultative approach to selling, and that takes time. So we got to release that control, right? We also, as we scale, we also have to trust our team and focus on strategic oversight. That's the key, right? And again, unlike the agency model or the old agency churn and burn model, we don't need 10 to 15 employees. This consulting model could be lean, 2 to 3 person team if you wish, or just one. So it doesn't have to be like that. Delegate your tasks and empower your team to execute while you concentrate on high-level strategy and client relationships. Right? And when I say just one is, let me go back here because it might not make sense, especially when I was thinking about it. When I say just one, because it's the consultative approach and because you're viewed as an executive, right, that is also on the team, you can delegate tasks to your client's team. That makes sense, right? Especially if you're viewed as a growth consultant or a growth partner or a fractional CMO. That's ultimately the goal. And that's why I say you can still get away with delegating with just yourself, and you don't have to do everything. Managing high-stakes projects. With fewer clients, each project carries more weight. Now, this can be intimidating, but it also allows you to deliver exceptional value. Develop a robust project management system, set clear expectations, and communicate regularly with clients to ensure success, right? I can't stress this enough. Just communication, setting clear expectations is the way that we win with this consulting model because, again, we're moving away from just doing the tasks. So that's where being more communicative comes into play, because if you are to be viewed as an executive of their own business and they are paying you like $8,000 to $10,000 a month, right? We got to essentially play ball, right? In terms of we're part of this team, or I'm a part of this team. I'm going to communicate effectively to not only the executive team, but if I do need to delegate anything to your team, I will. But that's just the nature of the beast in getting less clients, right? Doing less work, but charging more. And confidence in your value. As a consultant, your expertise and insights are the most valuable assets. Your mind, right? You're getting paid for your mind, your creativity, your ability to solve problems. It's essential to have confidence in your value and the impact that you can make. Look, you're probably like me. You're probably invested into multiple numbers of coaching programs. Again, I've spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. You are qualified. You are qualified. I promise you. It's just the way that you've been taught is not the ideal model to essentially live the life that you want, right? But what I can say to you is from, structuring ads to creating GHL automations and workflows and all that stuff, the whole stresses that you've come to know in terms of like being a, local lead gen marketing agency owner, those skill sets are priceless. And again, you don't have to do the work in this consulting model. You just have to know how everything works, right? So that's why I say you have the expertise. You are qualified. So have confidence in your value and look, continually invest in your own learning and development and stay on top of your field, right? So in this program, we give you the insights to become a successful consultant, to create a successful online consulting business. But if your consulting model is in a niche that's, say, med spas or HVAC or solar, right? You still have to stay on top of those key indicators or those topics in their field, right? If you are to be a consultant, right? We can't just focus on the typical marketer language of like, oh, well, SEO, or will SEO optimize your website? We have to, run ads to get booked appointments. That's just marketing talk, right? What sets you apart and what allows you to charge more as a consultant is if you know their business and you can incorporate your own marketing knowledge to that. And I'll give you an example, right? Before I switched over to consulting and I was just a pure agency owner, I would say if I get booked appointments, sell high ticket, use GHL, AI booking bot, call center, whatever, right? But I deserved to charge $2,000 a month. It was only after I, did marketing research on my own niche, bought like countless books on, med spas and plastic surgeons and stuff like that, how they operate their business. That's when I switched my positioning and my skill set, and just even how I talk to my content to, hey, we're developing a program to increase revenue per guest at your clinic, to sell more high-ticket transformation offers, to take a $350 Botox sale to a $4K transformation offer, and furthermore, how we sell aesthetic memberships to increase monthly recurring revenue at your clinic, right? Sounds way better than the typical marketing jargon. And you can see it right there that I've began to separate myself as your typical agency owner to consultant, because I can speak to those things at a high level. But really, you and I both know it's the same marketing knowledge that we've been saying all along. It's just positioned differently. So that's what I would say. Keep up to date with your own consulting field in terms of your clients. Practical tips for developing a consulting mindset. First, continuously learn to it and adapt, right? The consulting industry evolves rapidly, and staying updated is crucial, right? Second, network with other consultants, especially here in this program. See what they're doing, see what's working for them, what's not working for them, and share experiences and insights. That can be incredibly powerful. I know firsthand, when I would invest in programs, the modules were great, but the community is literally priceless, right? It causes you to up your game and all that stuff. And then the third, practice self-reflection, right? Regularly assess your performance and seek feedback to improve. Again, you can ask the community for help with that. Continuous learning, attend conferences, take online courses, read relevant books, kind of like what I said. Stay informed on the latest trends. This not only enhances your expertise, but also keeps you competitive in the market. This, again, highlights networking with other consultants. Please utilize the group, right? Scale back your time group. It's all people in the same journey as you. And once you find the right accountability partner, just like literally one person that you guys can talk every day, hold each other accountable, it causes you to level up. That was one of the key components to my success when I first started, right? Not only with our group, see if there's other professional groups or even networking events that's outside of here, just to give you some different looks, because I think that's important too, right? Self-reflection and feedback. Self-reflection helps you understand your strengths and areas of improvement. I know for a fact that before I started daily journaling and writing what's working and what's not, I just thought I was doing everything right? Come to find out, there are things that I need to work on. There are things that I can always improve on. And when I write things down, there's stuff that I remember that I forgot along the way. So self-reflection on this consulting journey will help tremendously. After each project, take time to reflect on what went well and what could have been improved, right? Seek feedback from clients, peers to gain different perspectives to enhance your skills. That's also a key thing too, right? In this consulting model, it's okay to ask for feedback. If you guys are truly partners, right? It's, just like if you were any executive team on the planet in terms of like a successful business, they're all collaborative, good, bad, whatever. And if we are to be viewed as such, we don't have to always know everything. We don't always have to win, quote unquote. Again, that develops a wrong type of relationship with your clients that you don't even want. So seeking feedback is how we both grow. And ultimately, why they stay is if you show that you do care, and if you show that you actually want to improve each time, that's tremendous value and will validate their choices of paying you $8,000 to $10,000 a month. Mindset practices. These include setting clear goals, maintaining a positive attitude, practicing mindfulness, and celebrating your successes. Again, I daily journal every day, right? So I talk about what went well, what didn't, right? What I can improve on. And even in the mornings, I set my daily intention. I write down what I'm thinking, and I map out my day. So I would recommend that in terms of developing the right mindset to win in consulting. So set clear goals. Goals provide direction and motivation, helping you stay focused on what matters most. And you want to regularly review them, right? So I've been, in the past, I would write down my goals and I would forget about them. What's the point of that? So daily journaling, reviewing it regularly helps you stay on the path, because you will, just life happens, right? People step off the path, they forget, right? Reverting back to the old agency model, right? In that example that I made before, but setting clear goals and regularly reviewing them helps you stay on track. And then last, maintaining a positive attitude. It goes without saying, focus on your achievements, stay optimistic about your future. That's how you stay motivated and how you overcome challenges. Surround yourself with positive influences and avoid negativity. So for me, what stagnated my growth was comparing myself to my colleagues, especially people in the same coaching programs as I did. Maybe they generated $10,000 more in a month than I did, right? I would feel very shitty, to be honest with you. Looking back on it in hindsight, that's, it's silly, but we want to cut out anything that doesn't give us energy. So if you need to mute them on Instagram, or if you need to, unfollow them or whatever, surround yourself with people and follow people that gives you energy, and you'll find that you'll reach your goals sooner rather than later. Practice mindfulness. You want to stay present, focused. It reduces stress and improves decision-making. It'll enhance your ability to handle challenges and maintain a balanced perspective. Celebrating successes. Again, going back to, we want to celebrate our successes no matter how small. Recognizing and appreciating your achievements can boost your confidence and motivation, especially in sales too, right? It goes without saying that if you are regularly celebrating your wins, confidence just grows, and that starts to permeate on your sales calls, right? Because you're like, hey, you want this or not? You know what I mean? That's like the ultimate selling ability, where it's like, hey, do you want this or not? As opposed to reaching for the sale, which is never good. So to wrap things up, developing a consulting mindset is a critical step in your journey to becoming a successful consultant. Embrace the mindset shifts, overcome challenges, and practice the tips we discussed in this presentation. And with the right mindset, you will be well equipped to deliver exceptional value to your clients and grow your consulting business. So here's what you gained, right? You've gained the mindset of a 7-figure consultant who works 4 hours a day and loves the business they built, right? You now have the tools to develop your mindset. So go practice what we covered in today's session. And your next step is to watch the next module. We'll see you on the next one. What's going on, guys? In this module, it's all about building your foundations. And by the end, you'll have a solid foundation to build upon as you transition to the consulting model. So let's just dive into it. So we're going to, again, focus on building the foundations for the Scale Back Your Time program. And this session is critical because having a strong foundation will set you up for success as you transition to that consulting model. And we'll cover key areas and provide you a worksheet for you to fill out during or after the session. So you'll see a link below for the document. If you want to watch the whole thing and then fill it out, or fill it out as you go, by all means, but your action item is to fill this out. And the rest of this module will talk about the components of the doc. So it's very clear on what you should fill out. So first, let's just talk about 3 universal markets and desires. It's health, wealth, and relationships. For any of you Russell Brunson fans or ClickFunnels fans, he says this a lot: health, wealth, and relationships. And this pertains to all things, right? So, for Scale Back Your Time, we work a lot with burnt out agency owners in transitioning to online consultants. That's wealth. For my consulting firm, which is Aesthetic Bosses, that deals mainly with medical aesthetics, we deal with wealth as well. But for their clients, we focus on relationships. And you might be wondering, if you're doing medical aesthetics, how does a rhinoplasty deal with relationships, right? So we go deeper into that. What does the rhinoplasty mean? Once you achieve your ideal nose, what does that mean to you? Is it an ascension of status, which can be an umbrella of relationships? It's the whole gamut, right? So I wanted to give you that. Kind of look, right? Think about which of these industries you're most competent in. This will help narrow down your focus. For example, I chose wealth because that's where my expertise lies. So out of these industries, what are you most competent in? The next is writing down your past paid programs. What this does is it gets you to acknowledge that even yourself, you've paid high ticket for your own programs, so you're worth it, right? You are worth more than, say, $1,500 a month that your shitty clients are paying you. Feel me? And then also, this exercise causes you to remember everything that you've ever been taught, right? So, for me, I gave you some examples of mine. Instant leverage, I paid $5,000 for it. Learned the power of community, basics of ads, sales, funnels, agency lab, $8,000. Learned the multiplier of paid ads, making a living online, setting appointments and closing appointments. 7-figure consultant, spent $20,000 on that. Learned the power of organic social media and coaching profitability, so on and so forth. These are mine. What's yours? Write down what program you invested, how much you spent, what you learned. Write down your existing network or lists, right? We just want to know who we're able to market to right now based on the assets you currently own for your consulting business. So for example, I have a list of 30,000 agency owners, 12,000 followers on Instagram, yada, yada, yada. What's yours? And we want to write this down because, one, we might have forgotten, especially if we've been generating lists for a long time now in terms of paid ads, how many people are in those lists, you know what I mean? That way you can kind of work backwards on your conversion rates, just so you can, on demand with predictability, kind of foresee sales, right? That's at least how I like to work. But it's at the very basic principle, it's good to just know the list that you own so you can utilize that, especially when you're starting out, and especially if you don't want to run ads off the bat. This is how you can get some sales, right? By utilizing your audience that you already own. The next is listing out your existing skills or results, right? You want to identify your existing results in your chosen market. This helps establish credibility and your expertise, right? Some examples for me: built a 7-figure agency, was laid off, and was able to generate $10K a month in less than 60 days, right? Coach 100 plus agency owners. You could read this. It's really leave no stone unturned. List out all your existing skills, all the results, right? even to the most minuscule. So you can see like sold my agency. I mean, that's a big deal, but I mean, on paper, people like that we're generating a specific number of monthly recurring revenue. This is why I say just list out everything, because one, you might have forgotten, but then also just forecasting. We'll use all this information to plug into ChatGPT to create our consulting process transformation for your own clients. So list out everything. I cannot stress this enough. The next is writing down your struggles and challenges. Reflect on what you struggled with regarding these core desires like 2 to 3 years ago. Understanding your struggles helps you relate to your ideal clients. So here's what I struggle with, like working a 9 to 5, feeling unfulfilled, working more as an online business owner and trading my time for money, working long hours on a business that I didn't love. So those are my struggles. And hopefully, if I've done my job right, those are, if you haven't experienced those, they might be speaking to you, right? So this is how we build familiarity. This is how we relate to our ideal clients, because at its core, we want to attract people that we actually want to work with, right? People that give us energy, and therefore they pay us more. So hopefully I've done my job where, if you're watching this and this resonates with you, hopefully we can partner up in the future. So, and then list out your passions, right? Identify what what you feel most passionate about regarding the 3 core desires. For me, it's wealth. What's yours, right? You want to list out your interests and hobbies. And again, please don't skip over this, because we will use everything in a ChatGPT prompt that I will provide for you in order to create your consulting process transformation for your own clients. So please write this out. What are your interests and hobbies? Mine are online business, marketing, sales, being a dad, hanging out with family. I even put in watching anime and superhero stuff because that's true, right? So write down your interests and hobbies. Define the market focus. So based on what you've written so far, write down the market that you're going to focus on. For example, my focus is wealth. Based on what you've written so far, what are you going to focus on? And then here's where we're gonna define your client avatar. And truthfully, your ideal client avatar is often you 2 to 3 years ago. So your experience and your solutions can help others in similar situations. Hence, your mess becomes your message. So I'm going to give you 2 examples, right? So for me, for Scale Back Your Time, right, I'm coaching other people that have walked my path. You know what I mean? So hopefully, if you're watching this, you're a burnt-out agency owner, you're sick of the grind, you hate working with 30 to 40 plus shitty clients, and you're looking to get back your time by landing whale clients that enable you to work less, but you're getting paid more in terms of take-home income, right? And also revenue. But then, if you are a consultant and you want to switch to the agency, switch from the agency model to consulting for your respective niches, this also applies, right? So 2 to 3 years ago, for me at least, for aesthetic bosses, I was trying to figure out, hey, the old way doesn't work, right? The direct response doesn't work. Overlay text, stock image ads don't work. You know what I mean? That was me 2 to 3 years ago, and I could speak to them on a deeper level, because I remember in previous modules that I asked my clients, like, what do they actually care about? Did my marketing research, bought countless books on, owning and building a medical aesthetic clinic, so I could speak to those kind of insider languages, so to speak, on a deeper level, while still just being a pure marketer, right? So it applies to both. I just wanted to say that, because for those of you watching and you're like, hey, my niche is HVAC and I don't own an HVAC company, those things still apply here, right? So finally, write down your story. This helps you connect with your clients on a deeper level. Here's my brief outline. Like in 2017, I was miserable working an IT job that I hated, making like $60K a year. I was obsessed with social media, and I saw ordinary people making a living online. So I started a singing brand to get my first marketing agency job. Um, so yeah, write down your entire story. And the thing that I wanted to share too with you guys is literally spend some time on this, right? So I literally wrote down the story of the past 7 years of my life in terms of like my online career, and it's pretty substantial, right? Even to the point where I listed out the new mechanism or my unique mechanism on building authority funnels for myself, for online business owners, and then also how I built that for local lead gen, right? And how they can utilize it too. I built out my story, left no stone unturned. I recommend you guys doing the same because, again, we will use this as a ChatGPT script. So we're really going to copy and paste everything that we've done into a script so it can create our process transformation that we give to our clients, right? So action items. You're going to fill out the sheet provided on the worksheet that's provided in this module with everything that we just went over, right? And it's right here. It's called Building Your Foundations, and everything that we kind of just discussed in this module is all listed down here, right? So it all correlates to what we just went over in terms of writing down your past paid programs, list out your existing network and lists, write down what did you struggle with and all that good stuff. So I won't go too much more into this because what we just went over in this document should be straightforward enough for you guys to fill it out in its entirety. So go ahead and do that right now. Click the link below. You'll have to make a copy of this document and then fill it out. So fill it out, and we will see you on the next one.
I've been making internet money as a creator for 4 years now by utilizing 2 platforms that you guys use every single day as creators, and 1 or 2 additional things that take like 2 minutes to set up. And it's my mission to help creators make internet money and get paid by simply just being themselves. And if you watch this entire video, I'm going to show you the 7-step framework, which I'm calling the Create Back Your Time framework, on how creators can actually make a living online without any sales calls, without running a traditional business, and without working with shitty ass clients, and just get paid to do what they love the most, which is creating. And quickly, why you should even listen to me. My name is Jordan Aloriaga, and in 2020, I started to make internet money by creating a marketing agency and quickly scaled that to 7 figures. Got that acquired by an Inc. 5000 company, which they appointed me CMO, and we took them to $400,000 a month, but quickly realized that I just don't love the business, and I would rather get back my time by being a creator. So I left all of that behind and just focused on being creative. And in less than a year, I built my consulting company to 6 figures, but the caveat is I'm only working 4 hours a day, and majority of my time I'm just creating, which is what I love to do anyway. So let me take you to my computer where I go over this 7-step framework. And what I would recommend is, as you're watching this, follow along and take action. So at the end of this video, you'll have the framework and means to start earning an income online by the end of this video. All right, let's go to my computer. All right, so like the intro stated, if you watch this entire video and follow along as the video is progressing, you will have the foundation to start earning an income online as a creator. And as you move forward in your journey, if you're at a 9-to-5, hopefully that replaces that. Or if you are currently an entrepreneur or you own a business, this will just scale things way faster than what you can imagine by just doing these elements. How you can make a living as a creator, here's the 7-step framework, which I'm calling the Create Back Your Time. And the first step is define what you love. And I want to introduce a concept called the Ikigai. It's a Japanese proverb, a concept that means a reason for being. The word refers to having a direction or purpose in life, which makes one's life worthwhile. Essentially living and breathing and getting paid to be in your zone of genius. I just pulled this online. You guys can search this term and pull this exact document, but it's separated into 4 4 circles: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you could be paid for. I would encourage you guys to not skip this step, but to really fill this out in terms of what exactly makes you. What are your passions? Which you can define here. When you're listing out what you love and what you're good at, that's your passion. What you love, what the world needs, that's the mission. What you're good at, what you can be paid for is the profession, and then so on and so forth for vocation. You want to define this to be in your zone of genius. So that way you can get paid to do what you love. You can essentially create content based on what you love and get paid for it, right? So with mine, I could tell you mine is getting paid to be a creator, getting back your time, living a fulfilled life, entrepreneurship, audience growth, and community building. You can think about it this way. As creators, this will be your North Star in terms of content creation. As you're building a community, or if you're building a channel, your content is all cohesive so you can grow faster. The worst thing that you can do is just create content for content's sake. Doesn't even make sense. What is the positioning? What is your mission? What are you there to do? Who are you there to serve? This will be your North Star in terms of content creation. Once you've defined what you love, now it's time to create an aligned offer. And because you've defined your zone of genius, you can create an offer that is aligned with your passions, what you love to fulfill on. The main thing is you're getting paid to be you, which is super powerful. Whatever that looks like, you would define your offer based on your zone of genius. And it could be a coaching program. It could be a digital product. It could be a community where they have to pay in order to be a part of. There's endless possibilities. But what I would encourage you to do is to create something that's low capital. And typically, if we're dealing with creators where we're selling some online products, digital products, mostly, not to say that this won't work for e-commerce, for the vast majority of you, it's, making internet money. You know what I mean? Creating digital products so you can live the life that you want, while also focusing on your passions, which is just creating. So once you've created an aligned offer, and it's based on kind of these examples, it's teaching or giving value or giving a product that centers around, your ikigai or your zone of genius. Once you've defined that aligned offer, here's how you essentially get sales. This is how you focus in on just creating or just creating content to fuel your income. This is what I do, and it's based on a concept called the social funnel, where we are using content and continuous content based on what we're passionate about to sell people online without sales calls, if you so choose to, without the need of, again, running a traditional business where it's the stresses of operations and all that stuff. This is how creators can make a living online by doing the thing that they were put on this earth to do, which is create. So for me, how I implement the social funnel is I create top of funnel content, and you can think about that as just teasers based on, your zone of genius and what you actually want to talk about. It's top of funnel content that attracts your ideal clients, your dream clients, the people that you actually want to work with. So what I do is I create and script out top of funnel content on IG and on Shorts, and I do this at scale, which you can do quickly. You know what I mean? On my recent video, actually right here, I created this one today, was just on my iPhone. And it's top of funnel content that gives value with a call to action that says, hey, if you want to know more, just follow and scroll through my past content. So what we're viewing now in the social funnel concept is we're viewing each follower, comment, likes as leads in this social funnel concept. And what we're doing, we're directing them on Instagram and Shorts. And if you see here, if I scroll in, right, you can see my bio where I say, this is who I help. I'm a coach. I direct them to YouTube to nurture them via long form content or middle of funnel content, right? So if I scroll back here, this is how I'm nurturing them, is I'm creating top of funnel content from IG and Shorts, and I'm directing them to long form pieces of content. And if I scroll in here, you can see here, no fluff, just how to get paid to pee yourself, calling out what I do. And I'm creating middle of funnel content based on, again, my ikigai. You can see it here. I'm creating middle of funnel content that further nurtures on the interest of my zone of genius. And if I'm doing my job correctly in creating content based on what I want to talk about, I'm attracting my dream clients and I'm funneling them to YouTube for longer form pieces of content. And if you kind of dissect my videos, I'm creating middle of funnel pieces of content that attract my dream client's attention. So how to build a better business online than anybody else, how I quit my 7-figure done-for-you agency and transition to consulting, how to do more one-call closes, how to elevate your content. These are all things that my dream clients resonate with. I'm all about creating an online living and utilizing the things that you're already doing to sell high ticket, right? Or replace your 9-to-5 with online income. And if you look at it here, I have 169 followers on my YouTube at the time of this recording, and yet I've built I built 7-figure businesses in the past via like a done-for-you agency, left that and created the business of my dreams, like just coaching and creating content. And I'm doing 6 figures easily, working 4 hours a day with a relatively small audience. So anyone watching that has a bigger audience, if you implement this, you can immediately start making money. And it goes to what I'm about to say next on how I'm essentially selling without a sales call is I'm creating these pieces of content and I'm directing it to one piece of content that I'm, the industry term is virtual sales letter, right? Or a main piece of video that sells them on my services without me actually having to be on sales calls. We're selling them through my content. We're overcoming objections through content. We're selling them on my services even before I say the price, because if you reach here, you've seen my top of funnel content here, you know what I mean? My short form content, you've consumed my long form content, and now you're here. And when you get here, you know who I am, you know the values I bring, you probably know my backstory. I got my agency acquired, built a 7-figure agency, 4 7-figure clinics, and I left all that to have more time with my family and just be a creator. And here's how you can too. So imagine that, when you're thinking about your own offers and whatnot, if they get here, you've sold them, right? The next step after nurture, I don't remember if I'm actually saying these steps. So step 1, define what you love. Step 2, create an aligned offer. Step 3, attract. Step 4, nurture. Step 5 is connect. As you're continuing to create content and basing it off of the things that you love, and you're attracting people who are like-minded who also love these things, naturally you'll start to get people to engage. So this is where we connect. We want to respond to all comments. We want to respond to all DMs. If someone's asking for something, let me right here, I don't have an image of a DM, but respond to DMs, respond to comments, respond, and then also outbound, right? If you're noticing a certain type of individual, so for this instance, this guy's name is Nathan. He actually follows my stuff and he actually comments on a lot of stuff, and I know his first name. If you're noticing like your tribe, essentially your fan base, so to speak, lack of a better term, the people that really resonate with your content, feel free to message them or comment on their own posts outbound, just so you can build that connection. And what you'll find is these individuals that you build connections with, especially those who have consumed your content, you're starting to build relationships from, those are your actual clients that, because they've gone through this entire process, when you say, hey, my program costs $5,000 or $10,000 paid in full, they're not even going to bat an eye because they understand the values you bring. And people only buy when the values we present to them is greater than the cash, I spelled that wrong, the cash that they give us. The more we can bridge this gap and increase the value. And we do that by our next step, which is creating. We're continuously creating to fuel the social funnel. We are nurturing through long form pieces of content. We are connecting by engaging with our followers through DMs, through responding to comments, inbound and outbound. This is how we're fueling our social funnel. You can see that I'm practicing what I'm preaching. You know what I mean? I'm continuously creating content, which is what I love to do anyway, right, as a creator. And I'm just doing what I love and essentially fueling the social funnel and getting paid just to create, which is super powerful, right? And then the last is close. After they've consumed the content, they've seen your virtual sales letter, you can even put into the description, hey, pay me now, right? Whatever you're selling, coaching program, community, ebook, right? You can literally put that into the description of this VSL. Or part of closing is closing in the DMs, right? Which I've given you an example here. This individual saw my content and basically was like, send me the Stripe link. Let's start on Friday. You know what I mean? Another way of doing it is you can create a community, and I use SKOOL, which I'll leave a link below for a free trial. And for warning you, it's an affiliate link, so it'll benefit the both of us. So if you've found value in this video, feel free to check out the affiliate links, and also subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you're notified when I create these new pieces of content. But you could essentially direct them to a community where they have to pay a monthly fee. And if you could see here, I have 73 members paying $67 a month, right? Which is not bad. And all I'm doing is creating content. Or the additional thing that you can do is you can book sales calls, right? If you so do choose. And what you'll find after they've gone through this entire process, right? The whole gamut, you'll notice that you'll get more one-call closes because they've gone through the social funnel and everything like that. So I know we went over a lot here, but if you follow this exact framework and continuously, if you haven't been following along, rewatch this video and literally do this exact process. This is how I've built multiple seven-figure businesses. This is how I created a six-figure business, a new one, less than a year, working only 4 hours and just focusing on creating content as a creator to get paid. And this is how I'm feeding my family. This is how I'm getting back my time. And this is how I'm living a more fulfilled life, which you guys know is part of my ikigai, my zone of genius, right? This is how I'm living a fulfilled life, is by getting paid to be a creator, which is allowing me to get back my time, focusing on audience and community growth, and I classify myself as a creator who is an entrepreneur. Hopefully this entire video helped. If you have gotten any value, I'm not even asking for anything, please consider liking and subscribing. And hey, I'll throw it out there. If you want to work one-on-one with me, feel free to click the links below and we'll book a time and chat. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, in today's module, we're gonna define your consulting blueprint and establish your niche of one and create a no-brainer offer. So we're just gonna dive right into it, and we're gonna go through the key concepts that you need to define for yourself to ensure your success. And in a separate worksheet that is in the notes of this module, you are either going to be filling it out as you go or at the end of this module, and it is the defining your consulting blueprint. Here you can see the sheet. It's very straightforward on what you need to fill out, and in this presentation, we're just going to go over all of those components of what you do need to fill out, just so it's easy to understand and you can essentially work through this in the most efficient way possible. So you're going to want to fill out that worksheet. So we'll start off with core values, and these values will guide you in terms of your content, your messaging, and your positioning. They're the non-negotiables, and they act as your North Star in creating a unique niche, right? So my core values are building a business that you love, build a profitable business online, and leverage that to get back your time. So how this all works is this is how we begin to swim in a blue ocean environment where we create that niche of one where there is no competition. Because for me, I help you transition. At its core, I help you transition from the agency model to the consulting model, and and also building your authority to close high ticket sales without sales calls, right? That's what I provide, but I do it while building a business you love. I do it while building a profitable online business that you can leverage to get back your time. I do it so you can have more time with your kids and family because they come first. So those are my core values. And it's separate of what I provide in terms of my offer, but it's all correlated. And because I have these core values that dictate the content and messaging and positioning, that's how you can start to separate yourself from the competition, because really, who talks like that, right? That's the people that don't talk like that are churn and burn agency models that are just doing direct response, that are giving crazy guarantees, stressed out of their mind. And what I know from selling affluent clients with discretionary income, as I said before in the past, they prioritize value. So what are your core values, and how can we make it valuable to your dream clients? And it starts off with defining what those are. Your zone of genius. The next stage, you should have already completed the Ikigai exercise in a previous module. These are the things that define who you are and give you energy, and they'll be the building blocks for your content categories. So for me, my zone of genius is, I'm just obsessed with getting back your time, living a fulfilled life, entrepreneurship, audience growth, community building, being a creator. So what is it for you? And again, you should have already defined this in a previous module in terms of the Ikigai exercise. Accountability. So we want to be specific here because it's an act of bravery and it requires accountability. So what you need to do for this action item is write down specific individuals that you can start helping within your core market. Think 10 plus subcategories, even more so to get the brain churning and get the ideas flowing. So some examples could be like, you're in fitness, you do rehab fitness for recovering postpartum moms, website design, you provide instant web kits for busy MLMers, you're a systems coach, you provide systems and you're an energy coach for entrepreneurs with chronic illness, right? I'm just going to make one up on the fly. Growth partner for med spas. You provide strategy and implementation for high ticket aesthetic clinics, right? That's just one I just made up. So you want to write down who you're serving, because again, I'm always a fan of this metaphor, but that's the North Star, right? That points you in the right direction. And whenever you stray off the path, you always go back to the North Star. The worst thing that you can do to not be scalable, one, but then also just is a time suck, right? Is selling clients that don't fit the mold, So this causes you to write down who you want to work with, what you exactly do, so you can turn away people that don't meet this criteria. And that's the beginnings of a successful consultant anyway. Create your no-brainer offer. People are always moving either away from pain or towards pleasure, and your content messaging should enter into the conversation that's already going on in your ideal client's head. So we want to explain their pains better than they can, and in the worksheet, we go over listing out what those pain are, right? So for agency owners, are working hard to achieve their revenue goals, but they're facing numerous challenges like client retention, workload, profitability, are mine. And then give them a vivid picture of what life is like when they achieve their desires, right? So you're going to list out, what they feel, what life will be like once they've reached or achieved their dream outcome. So again, you could start to talk about that in your content marketing, your messaging, even how you sell, right? So an example for me is a profitable online business that allows them to work 4 hours a day, and when they choose, right, gives them the flexibility to live the life that they want, and it lets them focus on what they truthfully love, right? Maybe it's not only being an online business owner, but you're essentially doing that to get more time back with your kids. That's me, right? I built this program for me, essentially, and what I would have liked back when I first started. So that's my North Star. Solving the right problem. So to create a high ticket offer that works, you need to uncover the right information. So, we want to do some marketing research on where we can find answers to these questions. So if you have, if your niche has Facebook groups with substantial audiences, Reddit communities, Instagram pages, if you look on Google Trends, they're doing, high search volume on in regards to your specific niche, then, you have a good shot at creating or choosing a niche or choosing an audience that is viable and profitable, right? Put yourself in their shoes and write out what you believe that they are thinking. Because what we want to do as well is, again, enter into the conversation that's already being had in terms of the problem. So if we can find out, what they're talking about in Facebook groups, Reddit communities, Google searches, that'll just give us insider information to, one, speak their same language. And if we do that in our content, that builds familiarity. And once you build familiarity, that decreases sales tension and ultimately helps with conversion rates. And you'll find that you'll get more one-call closes and closes in the DMs if you, are solving the right problem that your niche actually cares about. These type of groups and these types of communities will point you in the right direction. What is the problem that you solve? Clearly define the problem you solve. So, for example, I help business owners get back their time, become more profitable, and create a business they love. We achieve this by taking on fewer clients and charging more, building low-ticket pay communities, and focusing on high-value activities. So get very granular and very specific on the problem that you solve for your own clients. Want to write down the consequences of not solving this problem. Will they be depressed, right? Will they gain more weight? Will they not have a relationship with their friends and family, right? So for me, an example would be they will spend their lives working, not be as profitable, miss out on friends and family, and never become the CEO of their own lives, mainly because if they stay in the old agency model with shitty clients that pay $1,500 a month, you've effectively moved away from one boss to 40 plus at one time, all fighting for your attention, because if they don't get this white glove service, then they'll leave. And, they are not paying you enough for you to stay there, right? So, it's a vivid consequence of not solving the problem for my own niche. And hopefully that if you're watching this and I've done my job and I've, got my content in front of my own ideal clients, hopefully that resonates with you. Positive end result. Describe the positive end result when the problem is solved for your client. Again, outlining, what life would be like afterwards. Sell the destination, not the plane ride. You feel me, right? No one cares about United Airlines. All they care about is going to Hawaii. Let's be honest, right? So, describe the positive end result, right? So they build a business they love, they get back their time, they pay themselves well, they live the lifestyle of an actual online business owner, one that's not chained to their business, is my niche's positive result. And the cost of not solving the problem. Outline the cost of not solving the problem. And then, again, this goes back to, really, describing their pain, right? And the cost of not solving the problem, which is often detrimental, right? Not feeling fulfilled, not having control, missing out on relationships, increased stress, and decreased health are some of examples that I wrote down. And the vehicle to solve the problem. You want to identify the vehicle that you're using to solve the problem. So is it one-on-one consulting? Is it group consulting calls, paid low ticket community, course modules? Is it pure consulting? Write down what that is for you. So for me, it is one-on-one consulting calls, group consulting calls, paid low ticket community, and course modules are my vehicles you'll have to find out what are yours and what works best for your chosen niche. So just to paint the picture, for aesthetic bosses, my consulting firm for medical aesthetic practice owners, it's course modules and consulting calls. So thought I'd just share that for someone who wants to choose the same niche as what they're doing for their old marketing agency as they're transitioning to the consulting model. Who you work with. Define who you want to work with, because again, this is all about being accountable and being direct. So that way you know who you're serving, and that way that dictates the content strategy, right? And how you say things, how you position things, and ultimately it causes you to say no to the people that don't fit the mold. So I help burnt out agency owners, online consultants, and online coaches, right? Next is what's stopping them, right? Identify what's stopping them from solving the problem themselves. Is it fear of change, right? Some examples for me is fear of change. They thinking that they need crazy guarantees, being deep in client fires and thinking they need 30 plus clients. Again, going back to, we want to paint the picture of where they are currently, which is pain. So that way we know, if we know the current situation, we can move them closer to, pleasure, which is whatever their dream outcome is. And then also what they've tried already. So consider what they've tried already to solve this problem. Again, going back to painting the picture of what life is like now, so we can paint the picture of the dream outcome. Again, going back to selling the destination, not the plane ride, right? So for me, they've invested multiple coaching programs. They've invested in multiple coaching programs. They're creating crazier guarantees just to stay competitive and bending over backwards to retain clients. Again, not a life to live. And then the investment to solve the problem. So determine how much your ideal client would be ready to invest in this problem. So for me, it's $8,000 for one-on-one coaching, even thinking about increasing the price because, I'm worth it and people are saying yes to that. And, I have, even consulting clients paying me upwards of $10K a month for my local business consulting, you know what I mean? So I'm even considering increasing the price for that. And $197 for a low ticket community and weekly calls is my examples, right? So identify the investment to solve the problem. So for you, it could be $8,000 a month, and that's it. It really depends on who you're serving. Next, listing out keywords and phrases. This ultimately helps with SEO, and then also creating content that is meant to enter into the conversation that's already being had. So identify what some phrases or questions a person with this problem is looking up online to find the answer. So reduce churn at an agency, how to charge more for marketing services, how to be more profitable are some of my kind of keyword phrases that are specific to my own niche. And then competitors, right? So list out people charging for a similar offer. So for me, it's a bunch of these internet gurus that I'm going after, right? But for you guys, it could be another agency owner. If you're a clinic owner, it could be other clinics in the area. All we want to do is identify our competitors, what they're offering, so we can come up with a plan to overtake them, right? And if we've done our jobs in terms of building the foundation in the previous module and identifying your consulting blueprint, which we're doing here, once we actually do create the consultant process transformation, then we're already 10 steps ahead, right? And then identify their marketing keywords, right? So what are some keyword phrases that these competitors are using? So, short form content funnel, get agency clients, remove crazy guarantees, grow your coaching business with IG ads are some of my own competitors. So when you do identify your competitors, you'll want to do marketing research and funnel hack what they're doing so you can uncover the marketing keywords that they're using, again, to come up with a plan to overtake them. And then, quite frankly, one of the most important things here is developing your core offer, right? So let's put it all together, define your core offer, and I've given you 2 frameworks that you can use. One is not better than the other. It's just 2 frameworks, right? So I'll leave that up to you to choose. So the first is I help ideal client achieve X pleasure in X amount of time by X process, or I help ideal client achieve X pleasure without X pain. So an example would be I help agency owners create insanely profitable online businesses that they can leverage to get back their time, in the next 90 days, I actually didn't put that there, in the next 90 days by transitioning to a consulting model or transitioning to consulting. An example for this one is I help burnt out agency owners close high ticket sales from clients who stay longer than 3 months without sales calls. So pick one and essentially follow the framework to uncover your core offer. And then once that's done, you'll create your opportunity. And this is also important too, right? Understanding your opportunity will help you create content that's aligned with nurturing your audience. And, here's the framework. If I can make ideal clients believe that my new opportunity is the key to what they desire most and is only attainable through my process, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. So an example for me is if I can make agency owners believe that consulting is the key to building a profitable business that they can leverage to get back their time and increase their take-home income more than they thought was possible and is only attainable through the scale back your time method, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. So at least for me, this helps me really puts things into perspective, especially when I get on sales calls, is, hey, if I can make them believe this, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. And that's powerful, right? So your next steps is to complete the defining your consulting blueprint worksheet, which is listed in the module, in the link in the module below. It's this sheet right here. And it is everything that we just went over, but in document form. You're going to want to spend some time on this because in the next modules, we're going to take, the foundation, what we created in building your foundation, and what we created here in dividing your consulting blueprint. And we're going to use ChatGPT to make our consulting process transformation, which will literally output what we will provide for our clients. And it's a way where we can take all the information that we just created and refine it to an easy to understand structure so we can provide our clients with a polished product. So go ahead and fill out this sheet. You're gonna want to make a copy because you can't edit the sheet. Make a copy, fill this out, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, this video is probably going to be the shortest in the bunch, but this is where we're going to create our consulting process transformation utilizing ChatGPT and utilizing the worksheets, the previous 2 worksheets, the building your foundation module and the defining your consulting blueprint, utilizing those questions and answers to come up with a polished program that we can deliver for our consulting clients. So in this module, you'll find this link below. And I've provided you with a GPT script framework that you can utilize. Rather than just giving you like enter in variables here, I literally just gave you what I used to create this course, and you are viewing this as a byproduct of what I'm teaching, right? So this is the ChatGPT script that I used. I'm creating a course called Scale Back Your Time. a consulting program teaching burnt out agency owners how to switch to the consulting model to become more profitable by charging more for their services and working less. I need your help mapping out a course that contains 6 modules, and each module will include around 5 to 10 video ideas. Each module will be a week. For each video, I'd like you to create a short description about what that video should be about. Keep the module names, video names, descriptions as short as possible, simple to read, and in plain English. Again, this is for seasoned agency owners who are already generating at least $10K a month at their agency, and this course will tell them exactly how to shift to the consulting model. Please use the below information to complete your task. I went through an exercise to define my niche, define my story, define my core values, define my unique mechanism. You will see questions and answers from myself. So literally copy and paste this into ChatGPT, and I'm using ChatGPT 4. And also you can see the results that I did, but I'll more to that in a bit. But I'm using ChatGPT 4.0, the latest one. So what you're wanting to do is copy this and revise it for your own niche. Obviously, name the course that pertains to you, and fill it out that is relevant to your niche. And then what you want to do is go back to the building your foundation worksheet and defining your consulting blueprint, and literally just copy and paste literally everything, right? You don't necessarily have to put it in this sheet, but you can just paste it directly into ChatGPT. But when you're pasting this in, it should be this first script right here, and then copy and paste your building your foundation questions and answers, and then paste in defining your consulting blueprint questions and answers. So I made it in a way where the only thing that you have to revise right here is the initial prompt, but just copy and paste all the answers that you did in the previous worksheets into ChatGPT. And what you'll find, what it'll spit out is something similar to this, right? Module 1, Foundations and Mindset. Video 1, Define your mindset as a consultant. Description. Video 2, Create your offer. Video 3, Define your core values. Video 4, Define your unique mechanism. Sounds pretty familiar, right? You guys have just went through this. As you can see here, it's not apples to apples what the final product of the coaching program that you guys are going through is. So you'll most likely have to refine it because, ChatGPT is great, but, it can only go so far in terms of, what you actually want. So once it spits it out, you'll most likely have to revise it in terms of what you're actually wanting to teach, right? But the cool thing about it is, again, going back to this metaphor, gives you a North Star to point to, right? So it literally mapped out all the modules that I will be providing to you guys, and that will be built out, depending on when you're viewing this video, probably already is, but I used this to build the 1.0. Now, I'm sure I'll innovate on top of that, but again, it took all this knowledge in terms of the questions and answers that we did on these sheets, and we used ChatGPT to streamline our thinking process, to polish it up so we can at least step into the right direction of giving our clients a more polished product. Make sense? So once it spits it out, revise it in terms of what works for you guys, what pertains to your niche, eliminate things that it doesn't. And in the same sheet, let's define that consulting process transformation. So module 1, give it a name. Video 1, give it a name, enter the description, and then do that for all the modules that it just spit out. Maybe you did more than 6 modules. I would recommend just starting off with 6. If you go any more than that, there's a point of diminishing returns, especially if it's your first consulting program. But I would say just choose the amount of modules that makes the most sense. But at the end of this video, right, you will have the consulting process transformation defined, so you can start to want to create these videos or create these processes, depending on if you're doing a pure consulting program or if you're doing more so done with you, right? Or if you're creating supplemental videos to help out your consulting clients. This will give you the blueprint and give you the consulting process transformation that you will provide to your clients in order for them to pay you high ticket, $8,000 to $10,000 a month. This will just streamline that process so you can execute. Hopefully this helped. It's a quick one, but it's quite frankly the most impactful because we've defined what you will be providing to your high ticket clients. We'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, in today's module, we're going to talk about what the heck is even an authority funnel anyway, what are the components to it, and how can you use it to close more high-ticket sales? And even to backtrack from that, how do we attract affluent clients with discretionary income who are already sold on the services that we provide, the high-ticket services, even before we say the price? So we're going to go through what it is, and that way at the end of this video you'll have a clear understanding on what it is, how you can utilize it, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start by reading you this excerpt that I made up, where it's like, when we start to prioritize the aesthetics of architecting our personal brand, that's the linchpin that we need to attract affluent clients with discretionary income who are already sold on our high-ticket services. And the main objective for the authority funnel is to, one, sell high-ticket services without our clients feeling like they are being sold. And I'm here to tell you, even with in-person selling, right? And I got this a long time ago where the more that we can decrease sales resistance and the more that we can have the person that we're trying to sell, quote unquote, the more that we can be viewed as someone who's just trying to give them value. This is not a selling scenario. This is where we actually close more because psychologically they're not viewing it as they are just being sold. And a lot of the times people don't even know. It's just a feeling that they get. Right. And when I'm teaching sales, I always, for the people who are old enough to drive, right? Remember the last time we went to a car dealership? I remember the last time I did, and before I bought my car, I walked in there and I was like, hey, I told my wife this. I was like, hey, I'm not letting this dude win, right? The person that's selling me the car, I'm getting the best deal. Not going to listen to anything that he says. I'm not buying the maintenance package or the oil change package or whatever. He's not going to get one over me, right? It's that same concept where even though we're not thinking about it per se. It's just we've been conditioned to not let a salesperson sell us, and that's ultimately the main thing that we're overcoming by using this authority funnel. And the next, we achieve this by creating value-driven content throughout all stages of the buying cycle: top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, right? So that's how, especially if we want and need our clients to do work, right? In order to achieve their dream outcome, you guys know that if we just start off with a direct response, crazy guarantee, crazy offer, 60 booked appointments in 60 days, or triple your investment or your money back, right? They're not going to do any work. And you as, agency owners, coaches, consultants, you can't deliver the best work possible if your own clients are not willing to follow your own process. Seems pretty simple when I say it, but that's the case, right? And that leads to more and more of these new agencies, marketing agencies, specifically lead gen, adopting the churn and burn model. Sounds great. They sell the dream. And then once they actually sign the clients, they're not willing to work in order for them to get to the dream outcome. And a lot of the times we know what it takes, right? In terms of, calling leads, booking them, overcoming objections. They're not necessarily there to put in the work because how they were sold, right? And even before how they were sold, how they essentially, how they were indoctrinated to our brand digitally, right? Our digital hello. If your digital hello was hey, I'll help you get 60 booked appointments in 60 days or your money back, they're not going to do any work, right? But if it was through an authority funnel and top of funnel content, you're describing, what you need to do in order to get to the dream outcome. Middle of funnel, you're addressing any limiting beliefs, any objections. Bottom of funnel, you're asking to book an appointment or asking for the sale. That's a better scenario, and you'll find that you'll land higher ticket clients that are willing to play ball, as opposed to, starting your digital hello with a crazy offer guarantee that is, shitty anyway, right? So the five main points to build a personal brand using the authority funnel is, look, we're packaging your years of experience, your years of expertise, and introducing your unique way of doing things as a product in a way that your competition can't recreate. So in past modules, we talked about, establishing your core values, your unique mechanism, how you will swim in a blue ocean where there is no competition. We're beginning to introduce those concepts that you've defined in previous modules in the authority funnel. We create value-driven content to attract our ideal clients to stay top of mind and further separating yourself from the competition, right? So think about it, right? If you're staying top of mind, if you're continuously giving value to your prospects, and especially if they follow you, or if you're doing a free community model where you're actively engaging with your ideal clients, you're giving away a lead magnet, or even if you're just giving away value on your social pages, that's how you'll begin to attract your ideal clients. But then also through the educational value-driven content, you'll indoctrinate them on your unique way of doing things and what they must do in order to get to the dream outcome. Really what that does is it sets them up for these individuals to be your ideal client, right? They have to learn. So that's how we teach them. We're addressing all limiting beliefs, why someone would say no to your services, so they have no other choice but to invest. We do that through, middle funnel content, short form and long form. We get into how we do that in future modules, but remember how to effectively create this authority funnel and to sell high-ticket clients, to get more one-call closes, to even get closes in the DMs, is to create strategic content throughout the entire buying cycle, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And then, look, many of us are not celebrities, right? We're not, we don't have large audiences like 100K plus and whatnot. And if you do, great. But majority of us don't. So part of the authority funnel is not just relying on organic content. We utilize pieces of content that are scripted and thought out to attract our ideal clients, but we use paid ads to drive traffic to those top of funnel pieces of content, thus beginning the authority funnel, thus entering people into our authority funnel using paid ads, right? It's because the organic algorithm is too slow for a lot of us. So we use paid ads to expedite that and to get clients on demand. And if you're tracking your KPIs, it would be on demand with predictability, right? And then we use long form. Let's see, needs a hyphen. Then we use long form content to sell your ideal clients on your services before you even say the price. And that goes back to, we've architected the entire buying cycle through content. We have architected the journey, how we want them to feel. And it makes selling way easier, right? Especially if you're selling high ticket. So I'm going to go over what mine looks like so you get an idea. So with my authority funnel, it relies heavily on social, right? So for context, I use my Instagram page as a landing page, thus eliminating the need for complex funnels and stuff like that. But I create top of funnel pieces of content to attract my ideal clients, to grab their interests, right? To hook them in terms of my unique way of doing things, introducing my core values, what makes me different, what sets me apart, right? And I get them to follow my page. And a lot of my CTAs or my call to actions are, hey, if you like this, just shoot me a follow and scroll through my past content. You can see here, you guys can go to my page, Instagram.com/JorahLore right here. You could even see it live, right? Where a lot of my call to action on the top of funnel side is, hey, shoot me a follow and scroll through my past content, because I know if you follow me, you're part of my list, and through organic, right? You'll be nurtured through my organic posting. And then also, as I'm doing paid ads, you're in my remarketing list, right? So top of funnel ads are driven to the landing page, right? Which in this instance is my Instagram page. And then I set up remarketing ads to drive traffic towards my long form piece of content for middle of funnel content, to further nurture them, right? So you can see here, even on the landing page itself, it's what I do. I help burnt out agency owners, and then what I do, and then I have a call to action link to a YouTube video. You see it right here, right? But we drive that to different pieces of middle of funnel content, right? And I cycle this through, and it'll make more sense as I go along, I promise you, right? I know you can only put one video here, but I'm constantly making middle of funnel content. And again, in future modules, we'll show you how to scale this, but I'm constantly making middle of funnel content that, one, nurtures them further, addresses any limiting beliefs, any objections, and then also proves kind of like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. Here's some testimonials. Here are the things that I've done, right? But if you see here in the description, they all lead to one thing, right? Transform your agency, transform your agency, transform your agency, right? So you can think about this, and I made the correlation here is, compared to a traditional like funnel, like a ClickFunnels funnel or a GHL funnel, this is your ad, this is your landing page, this is your email nurture sequence. Feel me? Right? And if you look, on what's typical on a traditional email nurture sequence, they're all going to one thing, right? It's either a booking page or whatever. So if you see here, it's all going towards one thing, right? And I've tested two things out. And depending on your specific situation, you would choose one over the other. I'm more so focusing on community on SKOOL, because there's a lot of benefits to building a community, especially for continued nurturing. I see better delivery rates in terms of emails from SKOOL. But it's all driven to one thing, either a SKOOL community with a free lead magnet, right? And then as they enter in their information, there's specific questions that qualifies individuals and gets them to say yes to a booked appointment, or just a VSL, quote unquote, on YouTube with a call to action to message me grow to book an appointment, right? So for further proof, there's doing this route, we're getting closes in the DMs, right? We're getting sales from the gamut of the spectrum. So for me, I'm targeting agency owners, and my consulting firm is for medical aesthetics. So this is a doctor right here. These are two individuals that signed with my coaching program, my high ticket one. So I wanted to share this because it works for a gamut of niches, not just for online coaches. I've used it for both, right? Selling my consulting program for online coaches and selling my consulting program for local business owners. Works the same way, right? So at its core, an authority funnel is just giving value through short form content. We're nurturing via long form content. We're driving them to one thing, one big thing of value that causes them to buy or book an appointment. So hopefully that cleared up what an authority funnel is, hopefully this makes sense on how I'm using the authority funnel. And for a lot of you that are watching this now, you probably went through it. By the time that you're watching this, it probably has evolved into something else, but I'm sure the components have stayed the same. But hopefully you realize the importance of this. Maybe it's given you some insight on how you can utilize your own authority funnel. And in the next modules, we'll actually go through how you can build your own now. So go take the action, view the next module, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about creating your first school community. And in the module notes, you will see a link to join Skool, and I've already hooked you guys up with a free 14-day trial. It is an affiliate link, so FYI, but 14 days for free. And we're in today's lesson, we're going to walk you through how to set it up, how to build your community where we'll set it up in a way where it's designed to get high-ticket clients to join, and then also how we set appointments using a Skool community. We'll touch up on lead magnets, but we're going to define what that is on a future module too. So go ahead and sign up using this trial link, and I'll share with you guys my own, right? And Aesthetic Bosses is my medical aesthetic consulting firm where we give away like a lead magnet. We create a little VSL here, and we'll walk you through kind of what and how to do that in the content creation modules. But when you first sign up, go ahead and click on About, Settings, and just go into General and just type in a quick, group description, right? So for me, it's a community of the top 1% of aesthetic clinic owners that want to increase profits without worrying about marketing and sales by becoming an authority online, right? An aesthetic boss. Here's where you can add your icon, your logo, if you have it. But the most important thing, or one of the important things, is to enable membership questions. And this is how we get the information to set appointments. So how we use the Skool community is we're building a community of our dream clients, and they're entering in to get a lead magnet. Again, we'll touch up on that quickly here, but we touch up on it more in a future module. But in order for them to join the community, they need to ask or answer these questions, right? I'm going to show you both what I do for Aesthetic Bosses and Scale Back Your Time because they're different, right? So for my aesthetic clients, which are local business owners, right? It's less about like revenue-based goals because, that, at least in my experience, that can deter people. But you'll obviously, if you want to test this out yourself, I'm always a fan of A/B testing, but in order to qualify to be in this community, we do have to meet first. Are you open to chat? It's like a yes or no, multiple choice. To schedule a meeting, enter your phone number and email, right? And we appointment set that way through the DMs and through email and text, right? For Scale Back Your Time, it's a little bit more oriented on, revenue goals, because for Scale Back Your Time, it's more so online business owners, and that's what they care about, right? So where are you at? 5 to 15K a month, 15 to 50K a month, so on and so forth. Where do you want to be in the next 12 months? Would you like me, Jordan, to reach out on how we might help you with that? You notice here that I don't get in the phone number or email. So with this, you can only do 3 questions on Skool. I don't know why. They should do more, but I'm prioritizing qualifying individuals. There's an admission here. Where do you want to be in the next 12 months? Hey, I want to get back my time. You want to do yada, yada, yada. And I'm getting them to say yes or no, that whether or not they're open to having a quick discussion. And if they are, we just send them a quick DM in Skool, which is all pretty nice, right? So you'll have to find out which is best for you, and that depends on your niche. When you do sign up here, all you have to do is create a quick description, right? Again, put in an intro video or a welcome video. And again, we touch more up on that on the content creation modules, but you of course can view aesthetic bosses and scale back your time to see kind of what I do. But going back to the lead magnets, right? This is where we place the lead magnets in Classroom. And it's as simple as just uploading, a YouTube video link or a Loom link. And realistically, this was my lead magnet for Aesthetic Bosses, was just a video on how I grew my clinic to 150K a month. It's now almost 200K a month. So I should update that, but it's a YouTube video where I explain it, right? And the call to action is, hey, if you like this video, just shoot me a DM, right? Not salesy at all, but because in Aesthetic Bosses we have their contact information, we can reach out and we can essentially say, hey, what'd you think about that mini course? You know what I mean? For Scale Back Your Time, it's the same thing, same principle, where I also give out a lead magnet, but it's multiple videos, and we go into this course on how we build a lead magnet and how we structure all that. But you can see here, I don't want to go too much into it on this video, but I just wanted to merely show you how to sign up for SKOOL, free 14-day trial, how you set it up so you can start to funnel people into the group. And really all you need is a description, some images of your logos, and like a contact cover card. I like to think about this as a YouTube thumbnail. And I know it's not YouTube, but essentially I made this on Canva, and this is like I typed in YouTube cover thumbnail, and literally this was it. Made this in 5 minutes. And place a lead magnet in there, and with the questions established for people to enter into the group, this is how we're appointment setting our dream clients, right? And the cool thing about building it on SKOOL is if you have any wins or any posts, you can essentially write something and you can send an email to all members. Again, nuts, right? As marketers, we're always talking about deliverability rates and all this shit. So building a community on SKOOL by enticing them to just enter the community via a lead magnet, and then nurturing them through posts and stuff like that until they eventually get on a phone call with you for your high ticket services, is the most ideal way, at least that I've found, to building a community of like-minded individuals. Because here's the deal: if they don't book right here immediately, they're still getting nurtured with my continuous posts. I'm putting out content from my authority funnel. I'm putting it out there in terms of these posts too. So they're seeing it, and it's only a matter of time until I get them to, set an appointment, right? So this is how you build your SKOOL community. Your action item is to click on the link in the module, sign up for SKOOL, create your description, go on Canva and make some quick logos and cover photos. Set your questions for people to answer before they even come into the group, right? And again, that is under plugins, membership questions. And as you're funneling people into the group, if they are open to chatting or if they give you their contact information, appointment set. And that's the easiest way that I found to use SKOOL communities to sell my high ticket services for consulting. We'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, in this module, we're going to go over what you should provide in terms of your free lead magnet. And I'm going to give you two options. And to backtrack, this is a free lead magnet that you would use in your free SKOOL community in order to give away so you can funnel people into the community to set appointments for high ticket sales. And again, I'm going to give you two options. One, will take less work because you've already done the work. And the second option will take a little bit more additional work, but or in terms of planning, but ultimately less work in filming a video. If that's confusing, sound a little confusing when I said it, but it'll make more sense as I go along. So if we go back to the consulting process transformation, which you should have already done in a previous module. And if you guys remember, we used this ChatGPT script, and we copied and pasted the answers from building your foundations and defining your consulting blueprint, which output essentially a consulting plan or a consulting blueprint, right? That we give to our clients. And this is the polished product or polished system or method or whatever you want to call it, that you take your consulting clients from point A, which is pain, to point B, which is pleasure, right? And the most simplest way is to give away the first module or first week or whatever it is, depending on if you're running a pure coaching model or consulting, where it's done for you. The simplest way in terms of planning is to give away the first module. You'll still have to create those modules, right? Especially if you're following the same framework of, 6 to 8 modules, all have 1 to 10 or 5 to 10 videos each, right? You'll still have to create these. And to give you some context, if you go to the free Scale Back Your Time community, where I funnel in people in order to give away a free lead magnet in order to, set an appointment for my own high ticket sales, you can see here that my first module is free, right? It's a free thing that I give away. It's immense free value, which, hey, the whole intention is, dang, this you're giving so much value for your free stuff. Wonder what the paid stuff is like. You know what I mean? So that's the easiest in terms of planning, but it will be more work. But the wow factor is there because you're literally giving away 10 videos or 10 pieces of content that is designed to get them to their dream outcome faster than they ever thought was possible. You're giving the first week or module for free, right? Another instance would be to just film a short video on what you've done in the past, right? On how, essentially a breakdown of, again, addressing where they are now and where they want to be and your process for getting them there in a short video, which again, you can put into SKOOL as a free lead magnet. To give you an example, right, one of the things I did for my own consulting firm, which was Aesthetic Bosses, or is Aesthetic Bosses, and it's more towards helping medical aesthetic clinics scale, is I just created this quick video and kind of described how we took a medical aesthetic clinic from 0 to 100K a month in less than a year. And actually, at the time of this video, we're on track for 200K a month, and it's been less than a year, right? I actually have to change this description, but this was the lead magnet that I used, right? And it's 11 minutes long, not too crazy, but it goes over, how we did it. You can even see here in the annotations or the chapters of the video, how to start, examples of what I did, even the breakdown on, cost per lead, cost per booked appointment, and cost of acquisition. So people can see kind of what I did, and then also kind of proof that I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not just a marketer or an online marketer just selling them, concepts and theories. This would be nice, but hey, in action, I've never done it before. I actually have, right? So that's the intention here. So in this model, you have to plan a little bit more. With the first one, you've already done the planning, right? You just have to execute on the video. With this one, you have to plan kind of what you're going to create, but it's not like multiple videos. It's just one video that is jam-packed with valuable content, right? So my advice to you is to not overthink it too hard. Even just going through this consulting process transformation and going through, the initial 2 worksheets in this first module, right? The building your foundations and consulting blueprint. you're already miles ahead than the competition, and you should feel empowered that you're beginning to separate yourself from the competition and you're that niche of one. You know what I mean? Because no one thinks like you do. No one has your unique mechanism. No one has the way that you view the world and business or whatever you're consulting on. So feel empowered for that. And you're far along ahead than most online entrepreneurs, I promise you. So don't think about it too much. Just go ahead and execute. Either give away the first module or create a simple video jam-packed with information as your free lead magnet. We'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, in this video, we're actually going to create your authority funnel, and it's going to be the light version, just a precursor, just because for this first module, it is my lead magnet. And for paid members in future modules, you will see how to really build a true authority funnel, one that works for you, where you're just creating content, you're getting your time back, all the full gamut as to what I've been saying this whole time. But for free members, this is how you would create the light version. But either way you skin it, whether you're free or paid, it sets up the foundation for future modules. So you need to do this. So let's dive right in. So how to create your authority funnel, the light version. So I've provided a ChatGPT script here with my framework. But the good thing is you should have already created the first two worksheets, which is the building your foundations and the consulting blueprint, because literally we're going to copy and paste just the entire sheet, right, of questions and answers there. So make it very easy for you. And actually, let me bring up those sheets just so you get some context. All right. So really, all you need to do is rewrite this prompt for yourself, and then simply copy and paste this sheet, right, in its entirety, and this sheet in its entirety. You should have already worked through this. You should have already filled out your own sheets. So if you've already done the work, you're ahead of the game. If you haven't done this and you're the type of person just to scroll through content modules and not do the work, you're out of luck. You have to do the work, right? So this program is geared towards building on top of each other. So if you haven't done it, go ahead and do it. But for those of you who have, take this script and rewrite it for yourself. So for me, I'm creating a content funnel using top of funnel video content to attract my ideal clients and drive them to a free community where I'm giving away a lead magnet. Sound familiar? The lead magnet that I'm giving away is called Scale Back Your Time, and will help agency owners transition to consulting in 1 week, and is only accessible in the free Scale Back Your Time school community. I need you to create 3 top-of-funnel video scripts and topics that I can use to film videos to direct traffic to the free group. I also need you to create 1 VSL in YouTube format to sell to people to join the community in order to gain access to the free lead magnet when they land on the community opt-in page. And then some qualifiers here, right? So my course is for seasoned agency owners doing at least 10K a month, yada, 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 right? So again, you can tailor this to yourself. So go ahead and do that, and then just copy and paste your answers here, right? The cool thing about it is I've structured it in a way where it just gives you the video scripts, right? So these are the video scripts that you will film your top of funnel pieces of content and also your long form VSLs, right? And again, I'll show you some examples. But my pro tip for you guys is ChatGPT can only take you so far as it currently stands. So you most likely will have to tailor this to your own way of speaking, your own speech patterns, right? Because part of your personal brand is just being your true self. And a lot of times ChatGPT can't do that, right? So you would use this as the foundation to develop these top of funnel and middle of funnel scripts, right? So my top of funnel here, you can see here that I constantly use ChatGPT to script out my video pieces of content, and these are my short form pieces of content to attract my ideal clients, right? And to funnel them into my content funnel, right? A pro tip here is I would test out different types of CTAs. In a pure authority funnel, we're using top of funnel pieces of content, not to direct them to our offer off the bat, but it's just to merely give value. And the call to action is, hey, if you want to know more, just shoot me a follow and scroll through my past content. Or if you want to know more about consulting, just shoot me a follow and scroll through my past content. I might even include here, DM me time to see how you can escape your agency, as you see here. But we're not being so salesy at this point. We're utilizing our bio to do the selling for us at this juncture in your authority funnel, the light version, right? So if I go to your SKOOL community, this is where you would put in your long form VSL, right? And again, it's scripted here in the prompt. You'll have to tailor it to, again, your own speech patterns, but this is literally the landing page that you use to get people into the community. You can upload it here on YouTube and then just paste the link, which is what I do. And this is how to get people into the community for your free lead magnet. So that's it. That's essentially building your first authority funnel. And it's simpler than you thought, especially if you've done the work in the previous modules, right? So again, you can see here. Oh, actually, I did forget one thing. I did forget some action items. So one, in order to complete your authority funnel, you do have to optimize your IG bio. So your action item is to go to the defining your consulting blueprint worksheet and paste in your core offer, right? And for those of you who are visual learners, it's this exercise right here, right? Whatever framework you chose, I help ideal client achieve X pleasure in amount of time by X process, or the I help ideal client achieve X pleasure without X pain. Paste that in there. With a free CTA of the free lead magnet, and then place the SKOOL bio here. So if you look at mine, built a 7-figure agency. Now I help agency owners create profitable consulting businesses. Free masterclass on how to transition in 1 week. Link. Right? It's as simple as that for your own authority funnel. So your action items to get this off the ground, right? And again, we're keeping it very brief and very simple because at this juncture of the course, especially if you've been taking all modules because they all build on top of each other, you've already done most of the legwork. This is just fine-tuning it and presenting it in a solution where your potential leads can access your content, right? So optimize your IG profile, film 3 top of funnel videos using the scripts that I helped you just create. Film 1 YouTube VSL video, again, using the ChatGPT script that I helped you above. It should already have given you a foundation to be successful at that. DM followers and direct them to the free lead magnet. And in the next module, I'll show you how to do that and get some members into your community for free without paid ads. Some pro tips: change the IG name to yourself. I know a lot of you are using, the names of your business. People buy from other people, so change it to yourself. Jordan Loriaga. I put Joralor here. I should just name it Jordan Loriaga, but for whatever reason, people have a hard time spelling my last name, so I just chose to combine them. And then the last, verify your page. It's it's a simple thing. I think it's like $14 a month, but this little blue check here, especially with goes a long way, especially with a lot of bots and people trying to copy you, right? I've had a lot of pages just steal my content, pretend that they're me, and try to sell people on like a crypto course, right? This just tells people that you are verified, you are the person that you're saying you are, and, you know, at the very least, right? So follow this. I'm excited to see what you create in terms of people who have completed this course. At this juncture, you should have all the tools to create your own authority funnel. And again, this is the light version for you free members. Paid members, please continue on in terms of the entire course to create the more robust version, the one that works for you, the one that is designed to sell in your sleep, right? Please continue. For any of you free members, consider moving forward in the course. There should be links in the bottom to help you ascend to the paid community. But at the very least, the next module is how to get how to get members into your group to get the lead magnet without using paid ads. So we'll see you on the next one, and I will look forward to seeing you in the paid community. We'll catch you soon. Hey guys, in this quick module, I'm going to show you how to get members into your community for free without using paid ads. Or if you're not doing a community, here's how to get sales without paid ads, just utilizing the audience you currently have. And I promise you, it's simpler than it looks. But to show you that I'm just not blowing smoke, this is a testimonial from a consulting client that I signed who doubled their revenue in the first month. And then thought it was phenomenal, was shocked. And then second month, they doubled it again, right? But it all stemmed from an Instagram DM. She was following me through the top of funnel pieces of content that, was taught in this course, and that you should continue to create as you're progressing on to your authority funnel journey, and as you're transitioning from agency to consultant, or just starting your consulting journey in general. You should be creating top of funnel pieces of content in your authority funnel to stay top of mind. But she followed me, didn't do anything else. So I just said, hey, thanks so much for following my page. Appreciate the love. Did that. You can see here 6/14 of 2023. And a couple days later, hey, by the way, I'm testing something brand new that allows business owners like yourself to build a personal brand and get started getting new high-ticket clients in as little as 3 days. Wanted to run it past a few people that might be interested and thought of you. Let me know if you want the info. No worries either way. And then it proceeded to go into our conversation, which ultimately ended up in her signing as a consulting client, and she's still a client today, right? But the easiest way to do is to simply just message your clients, message your audience. You'll have to do some vetting and not send messages that don't fit your specific niche. But here's the framework, right? Just say, hey, thanks for following my page. Appreciate the love. A couple days later, follow this framework, right? By the way, I'm testing something brand new that allows business owners like yourself to build a personal brand, yada, 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 or whatever you're selling for your consulting program. And then if they respond, right, have the conversation and direct them to your free lead magnet if you're doing the community model, which I encourage, or if you're not, proceed with, even sending your VSL, right, to sell them first before you hop on the call. And I actually did this here, and let me show. I actually, just sent over a YouTube video, right? She was a little hesitant because she's worked with a few marketing teams. So rather than just selling her off the bat and booking an appointment, I sent her my middle of funnel YouTube videos, which again, we've talked about in the previous modules in the course, right? But that ultimately sold her through my authority funnel. So hopefully that helped, right? No matter what stage you're in, if you're wanting to get some sales without using paid ads, or if you're wanting to get members into your community without using paid ads, this simple framework of just saying hello, a couple days later, messaging them, hey, I have something new. If you're interested, I thought of you, right? If you want info, let me know. No worries either way, is how I've been able to close clients without using paid ads. So go ahead and implement this and get some sales. We'll see you on the next one.